When you look at the elite guards who can score in the NBA, names such as Curry, Damian Lillard, and Trae Young come to mind, but the way they play basketball has the DNA of one particular figure who has had an enigma of a career, Gilbert Arenas. Known currently for his podcast and his off-court shenanigans with former teammate Nick Young, Arenas was once one of the most elite scorers in the NBA during the mid-2000s in a way which was ahead of its time. Rising from relatively humble beginnings, he made a name for himself at the University of Arizona before being drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 2001. His early years with the Warriors showcased his immense scoring potential. In his sophomore season, he won the Most Improved Player award and averaged 18.3 points per game. However, it was with the Washington Wizards where Arenas truly flourished, becoming a three-time NBA All-Star and one of the league's most feared scorers. His nickname, Agent Zero, exemplified his confident and fearless approach on the court, always willing to take the big shot in critical moments. Unfortunately, a series of knee injuries hampered his career, leading to a decline in his performance. Additionally, off-court troubles, including a highly publicized firearms incident, further overshadowed his basketball achievements. Despite the setbacks, Gilbert Arenas will be remembered for his offensive brilliance and captivating style of play, leaving a lasting impact on basketball fans worldwide. At the height of his career, Gilbert averaged 29.3 points per game in the 2005 season, but it was his scoring composition which was most revolutionary. In the mid-2000s, at the height of his prime, Arenas was shooting over 7 threes a game and was not a catch-and-shoot player. He was taking contested threes off the dribble, step-back deep threes, whilst also maintaining mid-range jump shots and getting to the rim. When watching film on his scoring, he looks like a modern-day elite scorer rather than an elite scorer in the past, when there was a focus on getting to the rim first, the mid-range second, and taking the occasional three when necessary. The scoring composition of the entire league was different, with there being an average of 16 three-pointers attempted per game by the whole team in the 2005 season. Gilbert essentially took half of the team's threes. Fast forward to the 2022-23 season, there were 34.2 threes taken per game, which is over double the amount. The dynamic scoring style was on full display when Arenas set his career high in points against the Los Angeles Lakers, scoring 60 points on Kobe Bryant. Kobe at the time was the best scorer and perhaps the best player in the league, but he was also known for his tenacious on-ball defense, which completely took elite scorers out of their rhythm and out of the game. This is why Arenas dropping 60 points in magnificent fashion was one of the greatest scoring performances in NBA history, especially doing it at the Staples Center. Gilbert was a fearless shot taker and shot maker, which is how he influenced the next generation the most. Curry, who is arguably the greatest point guard of all time, displays many elements that Arenas displayed in years past, particularly in their scoring abilities and offensive creativity. Both players are renowned for their incredible shooting range and the ability to score from virtually anywhere on the court. Arenas, like Curry, was a prolific three-point shooter and had a reputation for knocking down long-range shots with ease. Similarly, Curry's deep three-pointers have become one of the defining aspects of his game, even though Curry took it to new heights, leading to his revolutionizing of the NBA's approach to long-distance shooting. Both players also possess remarkable ball-handling skills, using their dribbling prowess to create space for their shots and drive to the basket. They are adept at finishing at the rim with a variety of layups and floaters, showcasing their versatility as scorers. Gilbert even believes that at 25 years old, he would have destroyed Curry the same way he destroyed some of the upper echelon of NBA players in his day.
So if you stop me at 25,
right? Yeah.
They ain't Steph ain't with me. No, because you have to stop him at 25. You can't. There's no 3 championships. He's only a 2-time All-Star.
No, but don't think about
No. What I'm saying is, so when people hear it, they're gonna be like, "What?
At
25. There's no 3 championships. There's only a 1-time All-Star. I'm a 3-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA player by the age of 25.
But the current player, which is most like Arenas today, is probably Damian Lillard, due to the athletic capabilities before Gilbert's knee injuries. With that being said, Gilbert is not known in the mainstream as an elite hooper as he should be. So where did it go wrong for him? First, there were the injuries. Gilbert Arenas' basketball career was undoubtedly hindered by a series of unfortunate injuries that cut short his prime years in the NBA. In 2007, Arenas suffered a torn medial collateral ligament in his left knee. He missed the majority of the 2007 season, and his game was never the same after that, as these injuries not only affected his explosiveness and agility on the court, but also led to a decline in his overall playing time and consistency. Despite attempts to return to form, The recurring health issues took a toll on his game and ultimately limited his impact on the league. The NBA right now is seen to be going through an injury crisis where it feels like players are dropping like flies.
How can you have a sport now where you have so much more technology, you have so much more resources, less contact, and more injuries? It's mind-boggling to me. It's because everything is rubber band, everything is resistance, everything is cable. There's teams now in the NBA that don't even have a weight room. You still have to move iron.
However, due to modern technology, the recovery process is faster and players are more likely to return to full form. In the mid-2000s, not only was medicine not as advanced, there was less money in the league to hire the best medical professionals. The next obstacle to Gilbert being acknowledged for his short-lived life was his childish and sometimes dangerous antics. On Gilbert's podcast, No Chill, he often tells stories about the pranks he and his former teammates used to play, but an incident involving a firearm stopped all laughter. The Gilbert Arenas firearm incident was a highly publicized and controversial event that occurred during the 2009 to 2010 NBA season. In December 2009, it was reported that Arenas and his Washington Wizards teammate Javaris Crittenton had engaged in a dispute over a card game on the team plane. As a response to the altercation, Gilbert Arenas brought 4 unloaded handguns to the team's locker room a few days later and placed them in a circle around Crittenton's locker, with a note referencing a popular scene from the movie Pulp Fiction. The incident created a major uproar within the NBA community and beyond, raising serious concerns about player safety, locker room culture, and the use of firearms in professional sports. The league swiftly intervened, leading to a suspension for both Arenas and Crittenton. Ultimately, the legal ramifications of the incident resulted in Gilbert Arenas pleading guilty to carrying an unlicensed firearm, leading to a suspension of the remainder of the 2009 to 2010 season and the loss of a significant portion of his salary. The firearm incident tarnished Gilbert Arenas' reputation and had lasting implications for his NBA career. While he continued to play in the league after serving his suspension, the incident significantly affected his marketability and standing in the NBA community. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of responsible conduct and the potential consequences when players engage in reckless behavior off the court, one that Ja Morant clearly didn't take on board. Although Gilbert's career did ultimately flame out, his involvement in the basketball world has continued in the media space, offering insight on the NBA from a player's perspective, allowing him to give an angle that mainstream sports reporters sometimes cannot comprehend. His on- and off-court antics during his basketball career, which often made headlines and sometimes overshadowed his playing abilities. But Gilbert Arenas has a chance to teach his children to learn from his mistakes and pass on his basketball abilities to his children, especially his oldest son, who is the number 5 prospect in the class of 2026. Gilbert Arenas is known now more for his personality, but his on-court ability and the influence it has can be seen on the basketball court all the time.